Chris Lindsay, and I'm one of the counselors at Kettle and Stony Health Services. Today I'm here to talk about breathing. As a therapist, I talk about breathing a lot. Over the years, I've noticed an increase in the number of people who already know about deep breathing when I bring it up in counseling sessions. Seems like kids are taught about it in school these days, and it's kind of all over the internet. In recent years, even Luke Skywalker got in on the action when he told his apprentice Rey, "Breathe, just breathe." I wish that this whole breathing thing would help us to connect with the Force. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Still, I have to say, it's pretty helpful. This is the second video in a series about mindfulness, and today I'm talking about mindful breathing. We all breathe. Obviously, it's kind of important for, staying alive. But how often do we actually notice our breathing? Most of the time, we pay very little attention to it. I'm not here to talk about deep breathing, at least not on its own. This is a series on mindfulness. But I will start out by saying that deep breathing is a good thing. Did you know that when you're feeling stressed and anxious, your breathing tends to get shallow, kind of like this? Check it out sometime when you're really tense. If you think of your lungs like a balloon, a shallow breath only gets a little bit of oxygen in and only lets a little bit of carbon dioxide out. Again, this is a video about mindfulness, not about biology, but let's just say that getting a lot of oxygen in is a really good thing, and getting a lot of carbon dioxide out is a really good thing too. And a shallow breath just doesn't do that. A deep breath, on the other hand, gets a lot of oxygen in and lets a lot of carbon dioxide out. Okay, so in the first video about mindfulness, I talked about 3 mindfulness skills: observe, describe, and participate. So let's do some mindfulness right now with breathing. Take a deep breath. Come on, don't just sit there. Take a deep breath, all together now. Good. Now, as you're breathing in and out, I want you to observe. I want you to notice, anything that you notice about breathing. It doesn't really matter. Just notice and then try to describe. I'll give you an example. When we breathe in, the air in the room is colder than our body temperature. So one thing to notice is there is a sensation of coolness in your nose and throat as you breathe in. And then when you breathe out, the lungs have warmed up the air, so you no longer notice the cool sensation when you exhale. Did you catch those mindfulness skills in action? I observed a sensation, then I described that sensation. The inside of my nose and throat felt cool. Participating is the third skill, which I was doing by really getting into this exercise. Were you participating? Did you notice your breathing and describe it with me? I certainly hope so. Pay attention to your whole self and how you feel as you breathe. Fun fact, when we breathe out, our heart rate slows down. When we exhale, you might notice that you start to feel calmer or more relaxed. Your body's getting rid of toxic carbon dioxide and your heart slows, both of which calm us down physically. Pay attention to what that's like and try to describe it. How do you describe calm and relaxed feelings? without using the words calm and relaxed, I mean. It's kind of hard, isn't it? Calm and relaxed might feel a little bit like floating. They might feel kind of warm. They might feel smooth or soft. You might feel like your body is made of rubber or jello. There might be a sense of flowing, like a stream in a forest. Oh yeah, right, I'm recording. Breathing has a couple of uses for mindfulness. The first one we just covered. It helps us relax. And that makes it easier to do the 3 mindfulness skills of observe, describe, and participate. You don't have to be super relaxed. Mindfulness is not something that can only be done if everything is quiet and you're sitting with your legs crossed in deep meditation. In fact, one of the best uses for mindfulness is dealing with stressful situations. It won't suddenly make you super relaxed, but mindful breathing will help you relax a little bit. In a stressful situation, that little bit can really count. The second use for breathing in mindfulness is practice. In fact, breathing is probably the main go-to practice in mindfulness. Maybe because it helps relax us. Maybe because breathing is the simplest and easiest thing to notice in ourselves. You can pay attention to your breathing anywhere, anytime. Sitting in class at school, you can notice and describe your breathing. In the middle of a soccer game, you can notice and describe your breathing. In the middle of a heated argument with your family, you can notice and describe your breathing. Hint, hint. That last one is probably the most important. We're not doing those videos just so we can all notice cool sensations inside our nose when we breathe. We're doing these videos because this stuff can actually help in some of the difficult situations in life. Now, like I said in the first video, mindfulness is not magic. If you're in the middle of a heated argument with your family, noticing and describing your breathing is not suddenly going to make everybody get along, hold hands, and sing happy songs together. However, taking time to notice and describe your breathing will help you to calm and relax a little bit. And that's pretty helpful during an argument. It will also shift your attention away from the argument just a little bit, which can help stop the argument from getting worse. Getting good at this mindfulness thing takes practice. If you followed along with me earlier in the video when I asked you to observe and describe your breathing, and I hope you did, that one try did not actually make you a master of mindful breathing. You gots to practice. The good news is, taking fairly deep breaths is calming, which feels nice and good. It's also not really hard. In other words, this is an easy thing to practice, and it makes you feel pretty good, so why not? There you go. Now get out there and start practicing mindful breathing. Notice that breathing. Describe what you notice. Do it while you're playing a video game. Mindfully breathe while you're at the dinner table. Notice and describe your breathing while you're walking down the road. Thanks for watching.